What's up, YouTube? I'm Brett.
I'm Lance.
This is RANTS RS.
As always, please remember to subscribe, comment, like, and share. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We really could use your help. Share our videos.
And don't forget to follow us on YouTube. On Twitter and Facebook.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe. We need 1,000 at least.
At least.
Which, if y'all want to give us
10,000,
10,000, you know, we're not picky.
I'm not picky, but
Yeah,
we need at least 1,000.
Yeah. All right.
That's our goal for this quarter or whatever it's called.
All right. So
we are on the season finale of the Umbrella Academy.
So, what did you think of it?
I thought it was pretty good.
I thought the beginning was really good. I mean, was Klaus really the reason why Ben didn't go to the afterlife or heaven or whatever?
We had questioned that. We were like, what did he tell Vanya? And what he told Vanya was, tell Klaus it wasn't his fault. I was too scared to go to the light.
But when he was talking at the beginning of it, and he was talking to Klaus,
like
he says, "Come and take." He's like, "You gotta get me back."
Or he said, "I got to go back."
Yeah, I gotta go back.
But
so
he was in limbo at that point.
So if he really felt that way,
if he didn't stay with Klaus, he would be in limbo. And so he did. I think that was just him being a dick brother and making him feel guilty for him always being a ghost, and which kind of led to Klaus being a drug addict.
And if that's kind of the case,
that's
then
kind of shitty, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty.
Ben's a prick.
Pretty much. I didn't really think that Ben was that way, but I kind of see your point on that one. So that one actually changed my take on Ben a little bit. What about you?
Yeah, a little bit. I still am interested, you know.
I mean, you know, you still got to blame Klaus. I mean, a lot of stuff's happened to Klaus that made Klaus.
A lot of it was his fault. A lot of it wasn't.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not like that. Another thing that I don't know why it bugs me so much, is why did all those commission agents show up to kill 7 people? Why did you need thousands of people to kill 7 people? And then, instead of shooting them with the guns that are in their hands, they run at them. Then by the time they start shooting them, then they cannot miss. How can 1,000 people miss 2 guys running in a straight field?
I'll tell you how. They're bad shots.
They are horrible shots. Like,
the only person that ever worked for the commission that was a decent shot was number 5.
Yeah, well, we find out the handler's a pretty good shot herself.
Yeah,
like Handler,
close.
Handler, those guys couldn't shoot you if they were right in front of you.
Yeah, but I mean 5 was like sniper. Like,
I mean, we've got the Swedes, we've got.
But speaking of them being bad shots and shooting at them, since when can Diego stop a bullet?
Yeah, I did not understand that power.
How come we hadn't seen that sooner?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things I felt like I haven't seen. When did Lila get powers?
See, I kind of wonder about that. Was she born with these powers, or did the commission somehow do some kind of like experiments based on the Umbrella Academy's powers and kind of give them?
Well, and you know, another thing is why did Lila know about those powers, or is that something she's been kind of hiding all this time too, or is this something that she's just manifested in later years? I
kind of wonder if Diego knew about her powers. Like, how much did she keep from him?
He really didn't seem too shocked, did he? None of them
really
did. See, well, I mean, the other ones didn't know him.
Luther was like, when she punched him through a brick wall, he was like, what the hell just happened?
And see, I couldn't figure that out. I'm like, she didn't really act like she wanted to do like hand-to-hand combat with Luther too much, but with Allison, she's like, oh yeah, let's fight. I didn't know if that was like the showrunner's way of getting her close enough. I felt like she
kind of baited Allison a little bit. But she was like, oh, I'm Lila. It's nice to meet you. I'm your brother's ex-girlfriend. And she's like, screw you, and punches her. Well,
like, when did it
get I kind of felt like...
When did it get to be the ex exactly?
When he was like, that's not my girlfriend.
Yeah, but she was... I don't believe that she would have taken no for an answer.
Well, she didn't. That's why she's doing what she's doing.
Yeah, she was drugging it. Yeah, she
part of this is she's like, when they're in the barn, she's like, you abandoned me. I brought you into the commission so that we could be together, and you left. And he's like, I left to save the world. I didn't leave you.
Yeah, I know.
Like I still love you.
Yeah, there's kind of a big distinction between
the two. He straight told her that.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I still love you.
I didn't understand that either.
I was going to come and get you before we...
I kind of feel like he kind of has made that clear
throughout
all of this season He's not really done with
It was
Lila,
kind of cool.
no matter
to
what
see
she does.
You know, we've kind of seen a love interest with everyone except Diego, so it was kind of cool to see that.
Well, he had that love interest in season one, but
like that was definitely an ex he was still friends with, though. Like it wasn't like a.
Well, I mean,
because she was like, "I hate you," like.
Yeah, I really couldn't figure out. I thought that was gonna be something, and then who was it? Hazel shot her in the head.
Hazel or Cha Cha won? I
Yeah,
can't
it was
remember
one
exactly.
I kind of felt like
I want to say it was Hazel.
Yeah, I think it was Hazel. But I mean, so I kind of felt like that was a love interest that didn't go anywhere. We never really saw them together. We just know that they had a bad relationship. But so Diego really is in.
I wonder exactly how Sir Reginald determines which kids to go and get. Like, because he didn't get Lila the first time around, but I wonder if she's part of the Sparrow Academy.
I wonder that too, but I have to get to this real quick, and we'll get to that. What confused me was the dumbest question on any show I've ever watched. Is Lila our biological sister?
That was the dumbest thing I ever heard too, because none of them were biological. I don't think Diego knows what biological means.
I don't think
to be fair, he didn't go to school.
Did they even rebut that? Like, we're not your biological either. Like,
they were they were kind of all just acting like he was a dumbass, which he is.
Yes.
But that's kind of one of the reasons he's one of my favorites. It's like Klaus, then him, then Five for me.
Yeah,
then Luther, then Vanya, then Allison.
Yeah, I
don't like
I got
Allison at all.
Switched around to
I don't like Allison at all.
I switched Allison and Vanya around.
I feel like...
I don't know. I actually kind of like Allison better than I like Luther.
I liked her...
I like Luther better
I liked
in
Luther
2.
a lot in Season 2. I didn't like him in 1. But I kind of feel like Allison could save the world by herself, because all she'd have to do is like, hey, I heard a rumor this doesn't happen.
I almost kind of feel like that way with
Five
and Vanya.
Vanya for sure, except for Vanya's the one that seems to be causing it. So
I don't understand why. Yeah, I've never understood why they're like,
now
Reginald Hargreaves was a horrible guy because he didn't want her destroying the world.
Now I'm kind of like you. Is she too powerful to live for real?
Well, I can tell you in Season 3 probably the same thing's going to happen again. Now, as far as...
No. I think it's going to be Diego's fault this time because he split their parents up.
It could very well be.
He's the reason there's a Sparrow Academy instead of Umbrella Academy.
Let's see. Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to get back to was the Sparrow Academy. Okay, I believe that is entirely Diego's fault.
I do too.
I mean, Diego, I do not know what Diego's... We're not going to debate
this topic. We debate a lot, but not this one.
I do not understand what Diego's mission was with Grace to break her up with Reginald. I did not understand
him, so he was going to hurt him, I guess.
But that's hurting him. That would be like telling trying to get your mom to leave your dad, and then you're in a broken home. Like, you're in a bad shape.
One thing I'm not understanding is they're changing all these things, but they still remember their future. Like,
so why didn't it change the timeline?
I'm wondering, they changed all this, so he makes the Sparrow Academy instead of the Umbrella Academy. So you would think when they travel back, they wouldn't even know each other.
Well, see, I was kind of almost thinking that when it come to number 5. You remember number 5 shoves his old self through.
Where's he at?
Yeah, where is he?
Is he just stuck in the portal somewhere? Is he gonna come out in like 2027 or something?
I mean, why didn't he change into the old guy? Because his version should be the old guy.
The old guy was supposed to come out of the portal when 5 did in Season 1.
Yeah.
Where 5 and Luther and all them came out of the portal this time, the day after the end of the world in 2019.
Yeah, but see,
so are they both in 2019 now?
That's a possibility, but I don't understand why. If he sent him through the portal to Season 1, why is the number 5 that we know not that? Why didn't he change into the old man at that point?
I don't know why. When they were time traveling at the end of Season 1, they turned back into kids, but when they arrived in the 1960s, they were adults. That still bothers me.
Okay, I'm like you. I did not understand that part. I was fully expecting that was going to be...
I thought they were going to be kids.
Yeah, I thought they were going to be kids.
But I guess they couldn't have survived in the 60s with no parents if they were kids. Where they all ended up in the orphanage?
I don't know if it would have... It wouldn't... now that I look back on the whole season, I'm kind of glad that they weren't kids.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you know, the cult thing would have been gone.
The cult thing would have been gone.
I felt like the Allison and Ray thing
would have been gone. Vanya, Sissy wasn't going to fall in love with a 8-year-old.
well,
I don't
never know, Sissy.
Never know with any of them.
Yeah.
Why is 5 the only one that's still a kid? Yeah.
Yeah,
so I feel like it would have changed the whole dynamic of the
I would actually
second season.
I would actually agree with that.
It would have took a lot away from it. But it kind of could have added some things to it if they had done different storylines.
Yeah,
so
I kind of feel that
way. It could go
either
way there.
Well, see, I kind of almost feel like, you know, when it came to, there was a lot of questions towards the end about Reginald Hargreaves. Was he really? I always kind of questioned whether he was dead in season 1.
I did too. You know, for a while I thought he was Pogo. Now I'm like, he probably just took that off, and maybe he was the mom.
He could have been. Well, he could have been any of them.
He could have been anybody.
Or he could have just been out of the picture and just allowed them to. I mean, Pogo wasn't going to.
Like I said, I still kind of think that he kind of faked his death to bring them back together.
Yeah, almost kind of.
Because, you know, they had all gone their separate ways. But Luther was the only one that stuck out.
But see, going back to even the Diego part, what did, you know, they had that dinner with him, and he was like, y'all are all a bunch of failures. Did they really think he was going to go in 1989 and be like, yeah, I'm going to get these same kids? Even though I just met them and I knew they were
still
failures.
Got Ben, and Ben couldn't show no promise.
Because Ben, he never had a problem with. It's the other ones.
But he never had any action with Ben at that point then.
He didn't have any, because he didn't meet Ben.
So he just got Ben on accident.
Well, he didn't know.
Both times?
No, he didn't know Ben. Ben wasn't at the dinner with him.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, so he didn't know
both
Ben.
Times
he didn't know if Ben was going to be
both
a failure.
times he adopted Ben was accidental.
No,
I mean, he essentially adopted him, but he didn't mean to twice.
Well, what I'm meaning is
I don't think if he knew Ben
he looked at all those people at the table and he's like, y'all are all a bunch of failures, but Ben wasn't at the table to be a failure.
Maybe he thought if he never died, he knew all this.
Yeah.
And so maybe he thought Ben's powers were the best, and maybe he could keep Ben alive if the other teammates had been different around Ben.
It could very well be.
That's why Ben's picture is in the.
Yeah, because I mean, there's something going on that's making Ben
Ben's the number
guy.
one.
Yeah, Ben's
for
the new
Sparrow
number 1.
Academy.
Yeah. So I mean, so I kind of feel like.
So what is it going to be called now? The Umbrella Academy, or is it
Umbrella Academy versus Sparrow Academy
season 1?
So I mean, that kind of brings up a good point. Who do you think will? Well, okay, let's go to the Harlan thing first before we even get to that question. Harlan with the powers. He does actually have lasting powers. What is he going to think about Vanya?
Yeah, because they're in the car going to California to the friend's house she was talking about staying at, and he's making the toy like levitate or something.
Yeah, I know.
And is he going to think Vanya abandoned him and try to travel back to 2019 and kill her?
Yeah.
Like, is he going to be a bad guy? A villain?
I think they're setting him up to be a bad guy.
I think so.
I think
that'd be interesting, though. What's he do? Find the commission and steal a briefcase, though? How's he going to time travel?
And you can't tell me he's not going to kill his mom. And one of his outbursts.
I want to know why the handler didn't kill her.
I was wondering that, too. Like, I didn't know. Like, she kills everybody else. She takes a machine gun to everybody else. But for some reason with Sissy, she's like, I'm just going to punch you in the face.
And tell her that he's my son now.
Yeah, so, I mean, that didn't really make any sense.
And what's the deal with her wanting these kids? Like, she tried to adopt
Lila
after killing. And Harlan's definitely going to remember that you killed his mom.
Definitely. I mean, he is well old enough. He's definitely going to remember that.
Lila was iffy for me. I thought she was old enough to remember, but...
I feel like at 4... I have a 4-year-old son. I kind of feel like my 4-year-old son...
Is that how old she was? Did it say?
Yeah, it said she was 4. So I kind of feel like at 4 years old, he would have... 93.
93.
So I kind of feel...
It should be 4.
So I kind of feel like that should be something that, you know, she would have remembered. Yeah, you know, I personally believe you would have thought, why would this strange woman who showed up in her house right after her parents got shot?
I don't know how your brain works. See, I have some memories from that age, but not many.
Not many, but her mom even.
I feel like my parents getting murdered would kind of stand out though.
But because she makes
unless you know your brain does crazy things and you block out traumatic things, maybe she blocked.
Yeah, she does bring that up to Diego. That's a traumatic. memory to her. Like, she was honest to
But
Diego
she might
about
see.
that.
The thing is, she might have seen that old guy kill her parents, and then the handler showed up a little bit after and got her out and took her to safety.
There was a reason why she wanted number 5 dead. So she hated him, so she remembered something.
My question was, why did 5 not remember her? He was part of the...
Because he had been, like he said, I've killed numerous people.
No, I don't mean remembering killing her, but you would think he worked for the handler with the commission. You would think he would remember seeing her daughter.
He almost kind of acted like he knew that was a mission that was off.
Yeah, he did, because he was like, she was, all these missions I ever did, this was the only one she ever came on. Don't you think that was strange?
But I don't really understand how that was really going to convince her one way or the other.
Well, it kind of did, because when her mom shows up and starts shooting people, she's like, he wasn't lying, was he? Then she shoots her.
Yeah. So, I mean, which when it comes to, I mean, I actually personally think that Lila's going to be in the Sparrow Academy.
I think so, too. I kind of hope so.
I kind of do, too, because, I mean, there's going to be references.
I kind of got to where I liked that character.
Oh, Lila was one of my favorite characters.
Really?
She was kind of like Hazel was.
She was hit and miss with me
season.
at first.
I thought she was like crazy funny.
Like I said, I knew she was. I knew I couldn't trust her.
Yeah, I didn't trust her for a single bit. She was too.
Like the crazy thing, I could handle.
Yeah,
but there was more to it than just being crazy.
But overall, I thought she was a great character all the way through. Like, she was actually one of my favorite. I would actually almost say she's like.
Or do you think
that. Klaus is still my favorite?
Here's my final question. I don't know if you have more to add. This is my final question. Mm-hmm. Will Ben and Reginald in the Sparrow Academy be the bad guys of season 3?
Or will it be Harlan?
Or will it be Harlan?
Or will it be Lila?
Or will it be Lila? Like, what if Lila's not a part of the Sparrow Academy? She's just the ultimate villain.
See, I almost kind of thought Lila was going to be the one that was going to take over for her mom.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be her.
But I don't think she wants no part of it now.
I thought that previously. No, I don't think so either. She took off.
I do actually have one thing to add.
I kind of wonder if she's coming back as an adult and not being a part of the Sparrow Academy, because I wonder if she's going to be that bad guy that Diego keeps trying to reach out. Like,
I would
bring her back.
You're right. That would probably be a better. But that would still be kind of cool if she was.
Either way.
I would be.
I just hope she's part of season 3.
But yeah, I do too. Oh, definitely. But okay. My last question is the Swede going to be ahead of that cult?
I think he's going to be the head of it. I don't think he's just joining it.
I
think he might be joining it first, and that weird guy's leading it, but he's going to take it over.
I get because that was like.
But are we even going to see that, because that's still in the 60s?
Oh, they've got to bring that. They've got to bring the Swede back. Like, for a guy that couldn't talk, I will say there was something kind of off and funny about the 3 of them. Of course, I don't know how one of them.
The first one, the one that got blown up, I didn't much care about.
Yeah,
but the other 2 I did kind of like.
Yeah, they kind of had like little.
Talk, really?
Well, the little game with the knife thing I thought was kind of funny.
That was with the youngest one and the other one, but
yeah,
I really like the oldest one, but I think that's going to do it for our finale.
Well, overall, let me say this: do you think? What would you give this, like from 1 to 5 stars?
I'd give it 5 stars.
I would give it a 5-star either. I mean,
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you one thing that kind of sucks. Is I gotta wait a year for season 3.
Oh, don't get me started. That's why y'all guys need to let us know if y'all have any
more suggestions. Yeah, any requests you want us to do, because we love finding shows to watch.
Yeah, our first episodic review, I think it went over pretty good. Yeah, it's over.
Sad.
Yeah, it kind of is. Worked on it for a while.
But remember to subscribe, comment, leave a like, and share our content. And let us know what you thought. If y'all have different thoughts than we do, that's fine. Let's hear about it. We'll talk with y'all and we'll discuss it.
We're a channel by fans for fans. We love to talk y'all. So, all right. Take care, guys.
Catch y'all next time. Bye.